Oh, he's getting it now.
Hey everyone, welcome to Heavy Metal Customs. Of course, today we're back working on the 62 Comet again. Lord, this thing seems like it's taking forever, but we're doing some really cool stuff to it, and that does take time. Well, when I left y'all last week, we were working on the front end to accommodate these wild headlights that I put in here. So that's what we're going to do, is continue on to it. So let's go ahead and make this here. We'll make it out of 2 pieces and get this piece knocked out. First thing we'll do, go ahead and cut us a strip. Alright, that'll be good enough for that. Alright, now to go from here to there. And what we're going to have to do, basically, we've got this curve here, then we're going to have to curve it out to catch the fender some here. And yes, I'm using my leg to bend this on. Yeah, I need a slip roller, but I mean, hey, that works. So whatever works, works. Actually, that is, wow, that was almost really close. A little bit out of it. Yeah, we like that. Now I need to get a little bit of a curve there. We'll go over here. I got a piece of pipe in the bender. And this is what I use a lot of times to get some of my curves. What I'll do is just take and wherever I want that curve, put it on that piece of pipe and then just take my hammer. And there we go. Let's see how that looks to us. Well, get a little bit more here. Not too shabby. Alright, now here's the tricky part. Of course, this goes in there like that, but it's got to roll over into that, and this has got to roll up in there some. Now this, I can just take my little body hammer, try tapping it up in there. This here, we'll just have to sort of twist over in there, sort of like so. Just roll this piece over. See how it's getting a little bit closer? Alright, so what I'll do, I'll come from this point, roughly this point, on the English wheel, and just keep going back and forth, until I get this all rolled over. And you see, I've done some, and all I'm doing here, I've got this, it's not super tight. What I'm doing, I'm going there, and I'm imaginary line from here to here. And as I run it back and forth, I'm putting pressure on this end over here. Basically trying to bend that down. And as I do that, it inadvertently bends it all down. You're going to find out when you do that, this curve that I made here is going to change. So we're going to have to keep on flexing on it to get it in there. But a little bit of time and effort, she'll fit right in like we want it to. All right, I got that piece bent and all welded in and ground down. See, what I'm trying to do here, see this body line? I'm trying to keep it as I come around here, and then sort of fade off as it gets to the front here. That's not too hard to do, really. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take this and get this cut out, and then we'll start seeing what we can do to make that weird little piece. Like I say, it's just a slightly bow here, but it's more of a bigger bow here. Yeah, we got to roll this edge to where it comes down and makes that line. So let's get this cut. Well, I got this one done. As y'all can see, we carried that body line on around there. Yeah, not looking too bad. Worked out pretty well. And I've already done the other side. And it turned out the same. Go back here and get you a look here. Now see, that is what I was after. That is pretty wicked. Alright, now what we need to do next is probably these flat pieces that's going to come across here and then down to this piece here. But before we do that, we got to work on this hood. The problem I'm having with the hood, it keeps coming unaligned, and I know why. I just bolted this to this top piece right here, and watch this. Y'all see all that move? Yeah, and you open it and shut it a couple times and it goes completely out of alignment. So what I think I'm going to do about that situation is take the hood back off, and I'm going to drill these holes here all the way through to the piece underneath it, and then come out here and run me a brace from the bottom all the way up on each side, and then put longer bolts in there, and that should take care of it. So here's where I'm at. Of course, I've done had the hood off, drilled these holes all the way through, and got me some longer bolts. And then what I've done, made these here. I just took some of this metal, cut it out, flattened it, put holes in it for the bolts, and welded on some of this thick 1x1 here. So what'll happen, this will go up in there and get bolted up in there good and tight. Then I'm going to check my hood again. As you can see, I put some shims under here to raise that side up. And when we get it where we want it, then I'll just take this here, weld it along here, and then get a weld right across there and tie all this in. That should make that strong again, but this has no wobble in it. Well, let me go ahead and get that knocked out, and we'll see how it works. All right, got them bolted up, got them welded in good. I think that stoutened up just fine. Got the hood where I want it. Let's open it up and make sure that I got rid of all that flex. Yeah, that pretty much took care of that. Yep, it latches back like it's supposed to. That's what we're after. Now, let's get back to doing the metal work. I've got me a piece of metal here. First thing I'm going to do is cut where I have made that line. Basically what that is, be from here, coming out, and I give it just a little bit of a curve, about the same as the hood here. It's really slight. But I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and then I'm going to go in here 1 inch and bend up a 90 where we can, secure it in there with a couple of screws. So, this is what we ended up with right here. And it just sits right up there like that. And for now, I'm just going to use some of these regular metal screws. Yeah, something I need to go get is some nice Phillips head or Torx bit screws. Where I've used these, I can take them out and put them in. But for now, this will hold us and get us where we need to be. If I can get it in there. Alright, so next, make this little filler plate, just a flat sheet of that, no fancy curving or nothing. And it's just going to go right down here and get a little welding place on it. And then we'll make our little, we'll make a little top piece for this thing. Just because I am. That way we won't have this flat out right here. It'll come to about right here, maybe. Let me get this welded in and we'll see how it looks. Alright, got that welded in there, no problem. And as you can see, I went ahead and made this other side, got it done. Them are fine. Now, the hood. I got it mounted solid and everything, so that's done. And I went ahead and measured out here and on the other side. And actually I've done a lot of measuring, math, really got to do some thinking on this. Because the hood opens up this way, of course. So we cannot have big hunk of, like a piece like this here, that we got to make for a little curved section. We got to watch how far it comes down and under. Because when the hood's open, this right here hits against this right here. So we've only got with an open hood from here to here, 3/4 of an inch before it hits. So, yeah, I know, it's a lot of yapping. But this is part of it. You have to do your angles and figure everything out and see what's going to fit and what's not going to fit. And I think the best way to do it is I'll just make up one of these pieces here to go here out of some cardboard and tape it on there. Then I can open up the hood and check for any clearance issues. I don't want it coming down in here. I don't want it hitting the AC condenser or anything like that. But let's do that. Let's just make us a cardboard cutout and tape it into place, and then we can see where we're at. All right, here's our cardboard template that I put in here, and I added a piece to it. Now, being open, that's fine. Go along that contour right there. Then we got plenty of clearance. Let's shut it and see what it looks like. Yeah, it latched. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Of course, we want to come straight across here. Like so. Well, that'll get us out there. And then, of course, go all the way across. But yeah, by doing a cardboard cutout like this, I mean, it's real easy. I can change anything I want, this, that, and other thing. But that's about all we're going to be able to get out of it. Yeah, that's the best it's going to fit. That's it. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it a day for today. I'm tired. It's that time. But I'll get back here in the morning and try to work on it some more. We'll go ahead and make 2 of these out of metal and get them welded on. Then get our piece across here, which is not gonna be that bad. The tricky of it is it's gonna be, I wanna get this going up, of course. I wanna keep this body line going all the way down. I don't know if I'm gonna do a fade out or do just like this again out here. I'll think on that. Tomorrow's another day. All right, well, got these cut and welded in. What I did, I took a piece of metal, laid it across here, clamped it, got with the TSC, and got a double pack of these, one of the bigger ones and this one, $10, not bad. They come in that handy. So just clamp that piece of metal on there, set her down flat, and got me some good weld here on the inside. They're not going nowhere. Now, the next thing we need to do is make our piece of metal across the bottom. So what we want to do with it, we want it to come out towards here. But we want that curve in it like the hood. So what I've done, cardboard template, man. We'll need it just like so. And that will be piece that we need to cut and get welded into there. So that's next. Let me go ahead and transfer this to a piece of metal and get it cut out and get it burned in. Then we can work on the top. Like I say, I think what I'm going to do is the same I did here. You know, I kept this hump and just gradually smoothed it out. That's the way it does in the back, and that's exactly the way the hood does. So we keep this hump here, and as it comes down, smooth it out into the flat of this. Alright, got that cut, installed, got some good welds on that. Yeah, I know it's a little floppy, but once this piece is down here, and it's welded, it'll be rigid and fine. I don't think there's no need to put one here. Yeah, I think once this piece is on there, it'll hold it good. Alright, so next, we work on the top piece. And we have 26 inches across, so I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece 28. Because I don't know how much it will take up trying to get this right here. And I think we got 28, I think this is 8 inches right here. Let me get a piece of that cut, and then we'll mark the center. The first thing we're going to do is work on getting this line done here. After we get it, we've got to get a little bow in it all the way. Then we'll work on this line here. Well, we got this panel cut out, and I got a center line marked across there. Make that a little extra long. We'll have a little room to pull with it. The first thing we need to do, I think, is try to get that center line piece done. Then we can worry about getting this curve. It's not much of a curve. And of course, it's going to have to be curved this way as well. Which isn't hard to do, but let's go ahead and go over here, strike this line down through there, and see what we can do with it. Alright, went ahead and took me the line there in the center. I just put it over an edge of the lift and just throw some weight on it, got that. Now we need to get this to curve up. And so what I'm going to try to do is just do it by hand with this piece of pipe. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I'm going to try it. Working out, but it needs to be more. So what I'm going to do is just keep alternating between the two. I'm going to keep on here, try to get some roundness, And I'll go back over there and use the edge of the lift to push down until I get that just the way that I want it. And just like so. And that's all I did. I kept going over to the left, pushing down on this line and going over here, just pushing on this. Yeah, I know this is the top. This will fade away down here at the bottom. But we're going to be going up this high and everything. Of course, you get welded in and then smooth out. Now, we've got to get, let's see, I've got it bent. I got it bent this way just fine so far. Now, we got to get her to curve this way. May have to do a lot of English wheeling on this. Let me think about that for a second, and then we'll get it done. Well, all right, I've worked and worked and worked my butt off on this thing. Look how weird it got. It just will not do what I want it to do. And I think the problem is just a large piece and then this weirdness in the center is just not going to work out the way I want it. Sure, there's a way to do it. I just don't know how. But I do know how. I'm going to take this and just cut it in half, make this 2 pieces, and I think I can accomplish it that way. Get that cut, put my flat die in here. So I'm going to see if I can get this pitch here going first. Hopefully get some of these other wrinkles out from my previous work. And I was right. Cutting it in half made it super easy to deal with. Check this out. As pretty as you please. Not worried about small gaps, not worried about this right here. Welding two together, I'll get fat needle weld, and do some nice creative grinding. Bam, there you go. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fiddle with this one just a little bit more, so I can get this right here just a little closer, and get this one welded in. I got that one in there and welded. Got a lot of grinding done on it. That way y'all can get a decent look at what it's going to be like. But yeah, I think it's going to turn out pretty cool. It's going to be a lot of work, a lot of grinding. But hey, it is what it is. Well guys, I'm going to call it for this video. I've got to shut down a little early today and get outside and cut the yard and do a couple of things like that. But it's coming along. I'm getting the look that I'm after, and it's surely going to be one of a kind. Well, everyone, appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed that. If you would, throw me down some comments. If you're able, hit us up on Patreon. And please, like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Until the next one, I hope that everyone has a fantastic day.